All right, so we found how to find the cumulative frequency in the last video just by counting, and that's fine and all good and all that. But why don't we use Excel to do it? So I'm going to make a wider column here. All right, there we go. Oh, and I'm going to spell frequency incorrectly. There we go. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to take the sum and we want to add, just trust me, the C2 colon C2, enter, or close parentheses, enter. And what you want to do is you want to go back in and give that first C2, not the second one, but the first one, $signs. Again, I'm pressing F4 to make that happen fast, but you could just type $C, $2, enter. And then when I drag it down, it'll fill in perfectly, just like we had filled in right here. Isn't that nice? So, like, for example, what it's doing here is it's going to say adding up from C2 all the way colon C4. Or the next one's going to go C2 to C5. Perfect. Let me add in just a little bit of this and make them have some border of some kind. There we go. All right, now I want to do it again, but I want to do it for cumulative relative frequency. So I want to accumulate again, right? Accumulate really is where the verb, but you know, it works. So I want to accumulate, but I want to do it for the relative frequencies, not just the frequencies. So I'm going to make these centered. All right, so you say equals sum, parentheses, D2 colon D2. Now you can't put the $signs in right away, at least I don't think so. Let me, if I try. Oh, I did. There you go. So I went back in there, gave it $signs for the first one, and then I press enter. And I'm going to go back up, click on that cell again, go to the right corner, and fill down the column. And there they are. So those are the cumulative relative frequencies, and I can go and copy and paste them right in here into Word. Now there's one other thing that I need, and I need upper class limits. So remember, we've already learned that definition. This is the lower class limit, 35, and the upper class limit is the 44.999, right? So 44.9. Sometimes you'll just write it 44, sometimes you write 44.9, sometimes right 44.99. It just depends on what you need. I'm too lazy to do this. Let me go in here. I'm going to right click. Oops, sorry. There we go. I don't need that. Okay, so I click on letter B and I right click and I want to insert. It lets me insert. I'm going to make it upper class limits. And we knew this one was 44.9. And then since the width is 10, all I have to do is take that 44.9, which is cell B2, add 10 to it, and I can drag it down. And there they are. Much quicker than me sitting there typing them out. I'm a lazy bum. I know. But I'm a mathematician. It kind of goes with its territory. All right, so there are my upper class limits. Awesome. Now, why did I want the upper class limits? Well, I have my reasons. Let me do one more thing here. I'm going to insert a row above real quick. I want you to see something. So if these are all 10 apart, then what would have been the class limit before this class? Like, there is no class there. I know there's nobody in that class. But what would it have been? Well, since this number's 35, this would have been 34.9, correct? All right, just keep that in mind as we look at the ogive. We won't finish it this video, but we'll start it. So ogives are cumulative frequency graphs. They're graphs of this column right here or this column right here. Keeping in mind that the fake column, the fake row I just made up above has nothing in it, right? Okay. So this is all zeros straight across. So when you look at the ogive, what it's doing is it's starting at that fake class with a value of 0, and then it accumulates over time. So you have 2 right here. You've got 4 right there. You've got, I think it's 11 right there for that one. And then the next number was 24, right? So 24 is right here, and so on. Okay, by the end, you've reached all 50. That's what an ogive looks like. Now, how to make it, we'll see that in the next video.